The time is 10 a.m. and this is WKYT Midmorning. The case of an infant who suffered critical injuries allegedly at the hands of her parents has taken an even more tragic turn.
A Boyle County woman is found dead inside her home. Kentucky State Police are investigating.
And a Central Kentucky community rallies around a fourth grader who is in need of some serious help.
This is WKYT Midmorning.
Good morning and welcome in. Here we are on Friday, September 2nd. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. Glad you're along with us today. You know, we have a really nice fall day out there, but that is not the case across the country.
That's right. And, you know, even in our area, some evidence right now of what's going on with that tropical storm, some tropical clouds in the region. And here's Jim with that.
Indeed, that's what we have here. This is our cam that's in position at the National Weather Service in Jackson, out in eastern Kentucky. And you can see that far northwestern edge of the cloud cover now streaming in to the area. And you see the perfect cutoff, that circular shape to it as well. So those clouds all the way up here. Not a major impact on the weather because it still feels absolutely wonderful, but you can see all the showers and storms associated with it to our south and east. Right now it's 69 degrees in Lexington. That is absolutely fantastic because yesterday morning our low was only around 71. It's a fantastic day, guys, unfolding for you. I'll break the rest of it down coming up.
Easy to enjoy.
Yes.
And let's get to the news this morning. And first, here at Mid-Morning, a 7-week-old baby in Laurel County has died from injuries allegedly suffered at the hands of her parents. This happening in just a couple of days after deputies made a second arrest in the case. According
to the Laurel County Sheriff's Office, the child died around 6:45 this morning. Now, earlier this week, they charged the mother, Jessica Nicely, with assault and wanton endangerment. Just days before, deputies arrested her husband and the baby's father, Gary Nicely, on the same charges. But now both may be facing more charges. Deputies say Jessica Nicely claimed the 7-week-old was in her father's care when she was injured. But earlier this week, Gary Nicely told deputies he couldn't recall how the baby suffered the injury. Investigators say the baby had a severe head injury and was transported to Kentucky Children's Hospital, where, as we said, she died this morning. They say the baby's twin also had injuries and is now at the same hospital.
State police are investigating the death of a Boyle County woman. Investigators say Rhonda Oakley was found dead in her home on Old Houstonville Road near Junction City. They say Oakley's stepson made the discovery after getting home from school yesterday afternoon. Further details regarding Oakley's death are still somewhat limited at this hour, but police say the case is being investigated as a homicide. It's still unclear how Oakley was killed. Police say her car is missing, and they're asking if anyone has any information or knows the whereabouts of a white 2014 Honda Civic with the Kentucky license plate 2131BT to immediately contact the KSP Post 7. Of course, local authorities could get you in touch with them as well if you have seen that vehicle with that license plate. Lexington police say a 16-year-old is now facing charges for a shooting that injured his friend. It happened Tuesday night at the Raintree Apartments on North Locust Hill Drive off Richmond Road. Police say the 16-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a third friend were playing with a gun when the gun fired, and the 14-year-old was shot in the neck. He is still recovering in the hospital. At first, police said they did not believe any charges would be filed, but now they have charged the 16-year-old with second-degree assault. A man suffering from dementia has fallen victim to a con artist who happens to be his caregiver.
The suspect reportedly stole checks worth more than $28,000. Dorsey Pratt of Georgetown was arrested in Lexington. He's charged with exploitation of an adult as well as theft by deception. Police say Pratt convinced the elderly man he cared for into signing 37 checks to him over a 5 to 6 month period. The value of those checks was $28,877. Police say Pratt cashed all the checks and kept the money. The elderly man, who has dementia, told police he had no idea why he was even signing the checks. Pratt is set to be arraigned later today. A former UK basketball player is facing charges again. 32-year-old Preston Lemaster is facing multiple drug charges after he was arrested Tuesday in Paris. He was charged with possession of both the controlled substance and drug paraphernalia. In 2014, LeMaster was cited on theft charges after selling counterfeit UK basketball tickets. He played for the Wildcats from 2002 to 2006.
Police in Bell County say they have stopped a murder plot after arresting 2 teenagers. They've charged 18-year-old Joseph Helton with conspiracy to commit murder. Helton's underage girlfriend is also facing charges. Police say the couple plotted to kill the girl's aunt and uncle so that they could run off together. They say Helton's girlfriend even sent him pictures of her relative's home showing the entrances and exits. State health officials fear the ongoing heroin epidemic seen across the region is getting worse.
The Kentucky Department for Public Health has now issued a public health advisory for fentanyl and carfentanil-laced heroin. It comes after a surge in drug overdoses in recent weeks. Paramedics say they're using the so-called miracle drug Narcan more than ever.
Before we maybe gave a milligram of Narcan to bring somebody out of this situation, whereas now maybe it takes 2 or to the more max dose of 4 to bring them out of the kind of bring them out of the unconscious state that they're in.
Paramedics tell us their monthly total of Narcan doses has increased each month so far this year. Right now, paramedics are currently using an average of 149 doses. If the rate continues, they say they're on pace to use nearly 1,800 doses of Narcan by the end of the year.
And just talked to the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District. He'll be on Kentucky Newsmakers. He says this is just a woeful situation.
It is a serious concern,
Yeah,
and so many people are really, have been on alert.
Yeah.
How do we get to the bottom of
Exactly.
it? Well, Hurricane Hermine is bearing down on Florida's Big Bend area after making landfall overnight. The Category 1 storm pounded the state's Gulf Coast with heavy rain.
Forecasters fear the system could even trigger some tornadoes. Don Champion has the latest from the Florida Panhandle.
Hurricane Hermine pummeled parts of Florida's Panhandle with heavy rain and forceful winds shortly before making landfall overnight. In the coastal community of Pasco County late last night, people tried enjoying the scene before the boardwalk was inundated with water.
I hope everybody's safe and all right, but other than that, I'm here to play.
This is life-threatening.
Earlier in the day, the state's governor warned people to take the storm seriously as Hermine shredded up roads and eroded beaches along the Gulf Coast. In the hard-hit town of Apalachicola, some stocked up on food.
It's pretty nerve-wracking. You see the trees bending and the waves blowing up over the rocks.
Others boarded up their businesses and got out.
Just for the safety of our employees and for the safety of the business as well, we're going ahead and closing up.
In low-lying areas, hundreds of residents were told to evacuate ahead of the storm.
My wife wants to get some of her valuables out and some stuff from her mother that's irreplaceable.
Some still chose to ride it out.
My property will likely not flood, but my neighbors all around me will.
Florida had not been hit by a hurricane in over a decade. Don Champion, CBS News, along the Florida Panhandle.
And 51 counties in the Sunshine State are under states of emergency right now. 6,000 members of the National Guard are on standby to help out. Donald Trump is standing by his hardline stance on immigration despite backlash from some Hispanic conservatives. Speaking in Cincinnati, Trump vowed to stop apologizing for America one day after calling for the deportation of millions of undocumented immigrants and a border wall with Mexico. Less than 70 days now before the election, Hillary Clinton will begin traveling on a larger campaign plane along with members of the media in the coming days. Community members in Madison County are rallying behind a Madison County elementary student who's battling a serious disease.
Today, they're holding a fundraiser to provide even more support. Ryan Cremines, a 4th grader at Whitehall Elementary in Richmond, has been battling cancer for several months now. A Facebook page dedicated to him has more than 2,300 followers. He's made friends with several athletes, including UK football player Boom Williams, who gave Ryan a signed pair of gloves. Today, Brandy Bowles is selling food from her rolling bistro trailer. to the school from 10:30 until 5 o'clock, with 50% of the profits going to Ryan and his family.
This comes at a great time because Ryan and his family right now are getting set to head out to St. Louis for several weeks of radiation treatment. You can follow his progress at the Team Ryan Facebook page, and we have a link to that at WKYT.com. Everybody pulling for him.
Oh, absolutely. We wish him the very best. Well, keep it here on Mid-Morning.
Yeah, back in a moment, we're going to take you out to California for a story about 3 bears. No, it's not that story.
But it's a good one anyway.
It is.
And members of the music community gathered last night to remember the great B.B. King.
And it is all quiet and comfortable out there right now across central and eastern Kentucky. Upper 60s, low 70s. Fantastic day and a fantastic holiday weekend. Don't track all of it coming up.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
He's still living it up in the beach, but he'll be back soon. He'll be back very soon. Well, he didn't get to live it up much because of Hermine impacting most of the southeast right now. Here in Kentucky, it's fine. We are running in the mid and upper 60s across central and eastern Kentucky. This is fantastic. Fall feel, crisp air now showing up all across the Commonwealth, and it will linger with us through the evening, tonight, and into the weekend as well. See these clouds? That's the thick stratiform clouds that are trying to ease into parts of eastern Kentucky. Some of the high cirrus clouds continue to work their way a little more toward the north. But overall, even with that, it's still a very good looking day in most locations. Hour by hour forecast will keep those clouds around, especially in the eastern mountains. We get daytime highs in here probably into the upper 70s. Again, very comfortable because the humidity levels will remain on the lower side, so we can continue to enjoy whatever Mother Nature throws at us this evening, which will not be much of anything. Other than the chill in the air early on your Saturday morning, we'll have that start to ease into the area, and then daytime highs into Saturday, maybe a degree or two warmer, but really not bad there either. It's Sunday. That's going to be the turning point for us because that's when we get the change. The nice fall pattern has allowed for the refreshing fall air to get here. Fall feel with highs 75 to 80 today and into tomorrow. Again, as I mentioned, on Sunday, things start to warm up a little bit. But tonight, as you head out to high school football action, it's going to feel exactly like it should this time of year with those mid-70s and also talking about some of the 60s. Here's our live sky cam, and we're looking down to the south, and you can see some of the clouds hanging out in the sky from Hermine, which is a tropical storm right now with winds at 60 miles per hour right around the eye there, and you can see it spinning up and continuing to bring all kinds of heavy rain into Georgia and now into South Carolina, which would also mean maybe even some tornadic activity because they're getting caught in that spin. Forecast for the next few days here, a 7-day forecast looking pretty good, and especially for folks that are going to be headed out to Commonwealth Stadium on Saturday. It looks absolutely wonderful for you there. And Labor Day doesn't look too bad either, by the way. It looks pretty good as well with a little warmer air trying to get into play. But all in all, not a bad looking 7-day forecast. Until next week. That's about it, though.
Okay,
well, it looks
we'll
great
worry
for
about
the
that
holiday weekend.
Let's enjoy it.
Folks have some time to enjoy it. Yeah.
Well, it's the story of 3 bears, but Goldilocks is nowhere to be found in this tale from the Golden State.
Right. 3 bears, as the story begins, made themselves right at home in a California neighborhood. A black bear and her 2 cubs took a dip in the Pasadena pool. The trio then went dumpster diving for lunch. Homeowners called 911 after the bears got a little too cozy around their homes. One dog chased the bears off, got very territorial. Fish and wildlife officers say it is not unusual for bears to be in the area, and they usually head back into the woods at night, just come for a little visit. But,
I love those shots in the swimming pool. Yeah. They just look like, oh, why not?
Right.
I do this all the time.
Oh,
it's
they
great.
made this for us. Yeah,
I know.
Right.
Well, a new mockumentary pokes fun at the wacky world of sports mascots.
And the stars come out to honor blues master B.B. King. Chris Martinez now has your eye on entertainment.
Some of music's biggest names turned out to honor the life and legacy of B.B. King in Beverly Hills last night. The Grammy Foundation and Grammy Museum sponsored the benefit concert. Performers included Keb Mo, Slash, and Jimmy Vaughn. King released 50 albums and won 15 Grammys. Proceeds will go to Grammy music charities.
We knew right away that Morgan was very special.
The sci-fi thriller Morgan opens in theaters today. Anya Taylor-Joy plays an artificially created human who starts to act out.
And Morgan is a genetically modified being. She's also a child. You know, she's 5 and she's experiencing everything for the first time.
Morgan also stars Kate Mara, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and Paul Giamatti. And the people who created the mockumentaries Best in Show and Waiting for Guffman are back with Mascots, a spoof of the ultra-competitive world of sports mascots.
Mascots, they don't die. They just hang in a closet.
Yeah, because it's an outfit.
It is, it's an outfit.
The film goes behind the scenes as mascots compete for their field's most prestigious award, the Gold Fluffy. Mascots comes to Netflix on October 13th. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Coming up, she is one of America's top comedic female entertainers.
We're talking with the Queen of Comedy next on WKYT. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $92 million, and tomorrow's Powerball is $170 million.
Welcome back, and it's mid-morning on WKYT. She reigns as the undisputed queen of comedy, and she's entertaining audiences right here in the Bluegrass this weekend.
We're happy to have some more here with us, and welcome. Glad to see you.
Oh, thank you. I wish I had bought a jacket. I thought that it would be so much warmer.
Well, it was.
It has been, yes.
Yeah.
We're all glad that it's a little cooler
it's
now.
been a hot
and it was
summer.
really humid, so you don't want to wish for that.
You know how, it's before Labor Day, so it's like trying to get all your summer outfits in before it's time to pack them up.
one last wear.
Right.
Absolutely, I agree.
Oh, I should have put some pants on today. But I'm glad to be in Lexington. This is my second time performing at Off-Broadway. And I'm excited.
It's a fun club.
It's a fun club. It really is. I do stand up. I've been doing stand up for over 25 years.
Wow.
I do it in a large capacity, like in really big venues. But whenever I get a chance to do clubs, it is the best because it's very intimate. I think comedy should be done and on an intimate scale.
You can see the reaction.
Oh yeah,
right?
exactly.
And,
well, one thing about stand-up, you're going to know instantly if it's working or not.
Right.
So,
and when you feed off, you can see if people are feeding off
right,
what
exactly.
you're saying. What are the topics that are coming up on stage these days?
I was telling somebody earlier this morning that when I started 25 years ago, as a young comic, I had to make things up. Like I would just make stories up, but now it's like every day it's something new.
It's life.
Every day it's something new. We are living in the biggest reality show ever. I think this morning one of the headlines I read off television this morning, they found $55 million worth of cocaine at the Coke factory. Did you read
You can't
that?
make that up.
You can't make that up.
No, you really can't.
Right. So, it's every day it's something new. You never know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, and it's kind of your take on everything. Do you think you see things the way other people do, or do you have a little different view?
Well, here's the beautiful thing about it. It doesn't have to be true. Like it does not have to be true. Anything that's big, I make small. Anything that's small, I make big. And then you can just lie in between. Like that is the easiest way to tell a story. You can just make things up.
You're not out there reporting the news.
You're not reporting the news.
Yeah, we can't get away with that.
Right, you can just have fun with it. You can go with it. Like I can go to the next city and say, I was in Lexington, it snowed in Lexington. And they're like, wow. So, you can just make it up.
It's fun.
You say you've done stand-up this many years. I mean, what do you like about continuing to be out there with the live crowd? I know you have all kinds of opportunities in TV and film and so forth.
Well, for me, what I love the fact that you have an audience. When you go into a room and you go on a stage, they're a crowd. But as an artist, it's your turn to make them into an audience. And making them to an audience is taking their minds away from their everyday worries and what's going on and bringing them into your world and making them laugh.
And that sounds like a great thing to do on a Labor Day weekend. So we hope everybody comes out to see you.
Yes.
All right, there are shows tonight and Saturday at 7:15 and 9:45, and then you're doing a Sunday show at 7:15 as well.
7:15. Let me tell you, I brought so much sequence this weekend.
There you go. Get ready for it.
Maybe that'll keep you from getting cold, right? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Good luck.
Keep it right here this mid-morning.
Going to check in right now with the Mr. Food Test Kitchen when we come back. Okay, welcome back into WKYT as we have a story that we do want to update that is just coming in. Following a breaking news situation that is tied to the case of a Boyle County woman's death.
The state police say they're looking for the woman's 15-year-old stepdaughter, Jenna Oakley of Danville. She's 5'4" and 115 pounds.
Also, they believe she could be driving a white 2014 Honda Civic with Kentucky plates 2113BT. Investigators say her stepmother, Rhonda Oakley, was found dead in her home on Old Houstonville Road near Junction City yesterday. Oakley's stepson made the discovery after getting home from school yesterday afternoon. So again, a new development in this as state police now confirm they're looking for this 15-year-old stepdaughter, Jenna Oakley of Danville, at this time in connection with this
and
case.
Of course, we'll continue to stay on top of that. We'll have more at noon, of course.
All right, we need to slide that in, of course, and so therefore Mr. Food will have to hold for another time. But we do check weather before we go.
And it's looking pretty good. We're talking about comfortable air out there right now as we move on into tomorrow as well. Big day. It's home opener for the Cats, and we are talking 74 kickoff, 64 by the end of the game. You drive home, we end up somewhere in the 50s late tomorrow night. And for all of you concerned about that tropical system, here is the impact that we see. A small risk of seeing a shower across southern and eastern portions of Kentucky, guys. So,
okay, but the tailgate and the game risk
is off the charts.
It's not there.
That's it, just off the charts.
Okay.
All right. Looks good. We'll enjoy that weekend. Thank you for joining us for WKYT at Mid-Morning. Don't forget, we'll have all the latest for you coming up at noon.
We'll see you then.